just getting situated. So I feel like I need to apologise first off for not going live last Thursday. I was just completely exhausted and there's no way I could have come on live and done anything because I just wasn't in that right mindset. So a lot going on in the last couple of weeks and yeah, just been very busy. I'll just get my lights set up so it's not quite so dark. It seems really dark here today, but it's a beautiful day outside. So happy Sunday. I'm doing today's video with last week's card challenge. So it was a background stamp was the challenge. And yeah, so there's a new challenge today. So you've got, you know, lots of different inspiration going on that you can create with. Oh, hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm expecting anyone to come on live because I didn't let anyone know. I was hoping to do it yesterday afternoon. I just got busy with other things. So welcome everyone. My name's Tracy.bish. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia and I usually go live on Thursdays. We're doing an impromptu live for Sunday and I know some of you miss my Sunday live, so maybe you can catch this one a little bit later on if you're not catching me live. So let me show you the card that we're going to create today. It's a simple card. It's this one here using background stamps as our theme, which was last week's Tracy Sunday challenge. The new theme for this week is winter, so maybe you can start thinking about what you're going to create for that one as well. But this is so cool and it's a great technique. We have the inlay technique here, die inlay technique. So I'm going to show you that. I'm also going to do one of my cards for my card class, in-person card class in Bendigo. This happened a couple of weeks ago. I've got a new one that you can sign up and register for now. So if you're in the Bendigo area, if you're in the Bendigo surrounding area, and you would like to come and join in the card class, you certainly can. There is a registration over my blog, so go over and you can read up about it. You can register there as well if you're interested, and I would love to see you there. So we make 3 cards and it's monthly, so great lot of friends and new friends that come, so it's really fun. So yeah, it's Christmas in July, obviously. We're almost to the end of July, so I wanted to do a few cards with Christmas as the theme, and this is so simple. So we are using a couple of different products with this one. Let me bring in. So the Joy has been used with the Alphabet a la Mode dies. These are in the annual catalogue. I love alphabet dies, always good. And then we have the red and green ribbon that's in the annual catalogue. This is always good to have in your stash to get ready for Christmas, where you're going to use the real red. Hi Wendy, how are you? And some gold foil. So and what are we using? This stamp set, and I think I've moved my stamp set. I have a sentiment stamp set and we're going to be using this Happy Punch as well. Alright. So for the stamp set we need that. I'll put it away because I used it yesterday. Let me grab that out. Brightest Glow. Is that it? Yes, Brightest Glow, which was in the holiday catalogue last year and then it went into the annual catalogue, which is awesome. I'm also using the I was all set up for Thursday and then didn't do it, and then I must have popped everything back. The Sketched Plaid is the background stamp that we're going to be using. Hi Sharon, how are you? It is a lovely surprise. It's a lovely surprise that people are popping on because I didn't think anyone was going to be on today. The Stitched Plaid is my background stamp that we're going to be using. So we're going to start with that one. And I haven't even popped the label on it. I've only used it a couple of times, so that's how easy and behind I am. I'm also using my real red old ink pad. I had a team event yesterday and one of my team members took it home with her. She had her own as well. She just picked up both, thinking they were hers, but so I'll get that back. Luckily I had the spare here. So we have a piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to grab just a scrap piece of card. I could have popped this either on a block, used my Stamparatus machine, but I'm feeling a little lazy and doing it quickly, so let's do that. So just making sure that I'm getting that full image onto that cardstock, trying not to move it around, and look at that. Looks like we did really well. Oh, missed a little bit, but it won't matter. We'll cover that up on that side with our sentiment. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our alphabet dies and grab out the joy. And I'm just going to die cut straight from this piece here. J, O, and Y. So you could use any sentiment for this technique. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Could be birthday. Whatever you choose. Hi Nicole, how are you? Hope everyone's well this weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these down, try and keep them evenly spaced and centered. I think that looks good. And we're just going to die cut those letters out. Ooh, there we go. And we can use these letters on another card. Use the negative images. Really easy to do. Has anyone got anything exciting happening this weekend? I've just finished doing a video for a blog or video hop for next week. I'm a little behind, but we're getting there. So you could definitely use these on another card. I'm going to pop my dies back so I don't lose them. And then we have this. We are going to have to keep the insert for the O for our card, but that's pretty easy. And I'm going to use just a scrap piece of the gold foil sheets. So I'm not sure if I've got any scrap that, no, that's a little bit too small. So I'm just going to cut a bit to go behind here. So I might even just quickly measure. Let's go 3 inches by 2. 3 by 2. I can cut that out. So you could use any of the other foils as well. They would work really well. And look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to add some, you could use liquid adhesive, tear and tape. Not sure how much glue I have left in here, but let's see. And I'm also going to pop this piece down in the center. So we have a few different background stamps in the annual catalogue. And if you still want to join in last week's challenge, please do. It's always good to see what people create. You can also create your own background. Don't have to use the stamps. There we have it. Now I have a couple of pieces. Let me bring the card back in so you can see. A couple of pieces of real red and basic white. I'm going to use the basic white, and we can stamp our sentiment. Oh, if I can see it. So on there. And we're going to stamp that in the real red as well. Okay, so Nicole's had some new dies arrive on Friday. She's hoping to play with them this weekend. Awesome. And Wendy's hoping to get into the garden while the sun is finally shining. I know, yesterday and today is such beautiful days. I've got washing on the line. And I think it'll dry today. There's a breeze as well, so it's perfect weather. But my husband and I went into town the other day, and this is a little bit wet. When was it? Friday afternoon. And it was 14 degrees. It was like 5:45 in the evening, and it was 14 degrees. So our weather's definitely changing, which is good, because I did say to him that, actually I need to cut this down just a fraction. My scissors are here. Let's cut this down a little. Yeah, 14 degrees was nice and balmy, and we're almost at the weather where we can get back on our bikes again. It hasn't rained for, or enough rain for a while, where we go riding on dirt roads. So we need it to not be too wet because it's just too boggy. But I think we're starting to get into that weather where we can do that, because it's not dark at 5 p.m. anymore. Like, we've got a little bit more light. It's getting a little bit warmer, and so it's really good. So this is going to lay over the top of our little piece of real red, and I'm just going to pop this one in that punch again. So I think this is a picker label punch, something like that. Yeah, so that's good. Going to layer those two together just with some liquid glue. Yeah, we did stop riding just because by the time we shut the shop at 5, it was pitch black, and we've got to ride on a main road to get to dirt roads, and sometimes it's just a little dangerous of a night time. We have trucks on the road a lot, and I don't really like it when it's so dark in winter. Like, we've got good lights and everything like that, but because they're long straight roads, people aren't always paying attention or looking out for people on bikes. So I think once my husband's ankle gets better, he twisted it at work on Thursday, so he's in a lot of pain right now, but I'd say in a week or so we can definitely get back out on the bikes, which is going to be so good, because I have a lot of leg problems that ache when I don't go riding. So I've got card base of basic white thick. Oh, Sharon's going to sit and knit and relax. That sounds really good too, Sharon. Find a nice sunny spot if you've got a little bit of sun. You're in Melbourne, so hopefully it's a nice day there as well. So we have a little matting piece of real red. I'm just going to pop these two together with liquid glue. And then we're going to pop up onto our card base. So simple, just using that background stamp as the main feature. And don't forget, don't go anywhere because we're going to do another card. So please don't leave me just yet. I'm going to show you, or we're going to create one of the cards that I had in my card class this month. And I can show you the other two just so you get to see what sort of cards we're creating. Lots of dimensionals. Windy but sunny. Yeah, we've got a little bit of wind here today too, so, but it's going to be good to get those bed linens dry and all my washing done. Nicole said she's glad we don't live in the Northern Hemisphere. She doesn't think she could handle snow for a long time. Yeah, Nicole, look, I think, and I always say to my friends overseas that get snow, I would love it, you know. I think it'd be so magical, but on the same token, not for the long periods that they have them for, and, you know, I would not want to be driving in it, so, yeah, I think snow's a good place to visit, and that's probably about it. I don't think I'd like to live anywhere near the snow. But I'm not a fan of the heat either, so I am a winter and autumn. They're my two favourite seasons. So I'm just going to create a little bow with that real red and garden green combo. I love my traditional Christmassy colours. Create nice little tails. And then we're going to just add a glue dot down to attach that to our card base. So how simple is this card? Really, really simple. And a great technique, that die inlay. So if you haven't tried that, that's a good one to try. And the alphabet a la mode you can use to create any sentiments. So this would be really great with any sort of card. And doesn't it look like a little present on the card front with the bow? Super cute. So there. So I have done my Tracy Sunday challenge for last week. That's this one here. I feel like I'm really behind, but we're getting there. All right, so let me show you the card, one of the cards that I created with my card class. It's this one here. It's using the Zany Zoo bundle, which is part of the Zoo Cruise suite. Oh my goodness, I love, love, love this suite. So if you haven't seen it, check it out in the catalogue. I think it's 46, 47. I could be wrong in the catalogue, but love this card. So I have my kit here ready to go. Whoops. And for this card, we are using the Zany Zoo bundle, but I'm also using these nested essential dies. Now these are going to be, you know, I love my stylish shape dies. These are my second best. These are, you know, right up there with them. I really love these dies. So, you know, maybe if you're thinking about getting some label dies, this would be a great one to have. So we're going to start off, I'm going to grab my leopard stamp and I'm going to stamp with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. We're going to colour him in, or colour her in, with some stamping blends. And I'm using the bronze, petal pink, pool party, and crumb cake are the stamping blend colours that we're using. Because we are using our stamping blends, I like to stamp with the Memento and let it sit for a little while before we start colouring them, just so it doesn't bleed. It just makes that dry a little bit better before we get going. We have, let's have a look. I can stamp my sentiment, and then this one here we're going to die cut one of these labels from, but I'm also going to stamp all those beautiful little musical notes all the way around. So this is the largest one. So I know that I can pretty much stamp the whole petal pink cardstock with the musical notes before we die cut it. So I'm going to grab that one out as well as the sentiment. Something great to celebrate you, which I think, how sweet is that? That's a really sweet little sentiment there. I think this set, well, the whole suite is awesome. So it's one that I highly recommend grabbing. Nicole needs a new cup. I know I've had 2 cups of tea this morning and I could definitely go for another one. Love my tea. So I'm just moving the stamp around a little bit so it's not completely uniform. So with this DSP, it's a great one just to cut the images from. One side's black and white, the other side has the animals. And there's different DSPs in there. So one's an outdoory theme, one's a crafting theme, one's a dancing theme. What's the other one? A movement theme. So like there's scooters and skates and all sorts of things like that in there. And we're also going to get that sentiment on that little strip of basic white. I'm going to stamp that to the left. Didn't do that very well, so let's pop him over the other way. We'll try that again. Much better. Okay, now we have our stamping done. Let's bring in our leopard and we're going to do some quick colouring. Nothing super exciting, just a quick colour. So I have my crumb cake. I'm going to colour in the little spots on the leopard. And come back in with the ivory. Stamping Up has quite a few of the browns. So like there is the skin tone ones. There's also pecan pie now, crumb cake, Sahara sand. I think there is one for that as well. You've got lots of different colour variations. And the bronze comes with the ivory. So it's bronze and ivory is the colour, the 2 pens in the combo, which is all we had for our skin colours there for a little while. So I'm trying to be a little bit neat but not take too long. How cute are the animals in this set? I do love my animal stamps and my fruit stamps, so I've got a video coming out on Wednesday using a whole heap of different fruit stamp sets. So make sure you come back and check that out. Almost there. Need to do down here as well. And the head. Oh, what am I doing? So cute. I come in with the petal pink and just do ears, and the tutu. I've got to come back in with the crumb cake and do his face. So everyone that's watching that is a Stampin' Up demonstrator already, have you had a chance to have a look at the new catalogue, the new mini catalogue coming out? And if you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, now's the time to join so you can check out the new holiday catalogue. I'm very excited with the animal themed stamp sets in there. They have done such a good job again. Back to the crumb cake. So this is the card, one of the cards from the card class. I've got 3 cards, 2 other cards to show you at the end. All right, we have them coloured. Let's bring in the cut and emboss machine. We're going to do some embossing, some die cutting. And I love that. Crafting is a movement. Yes, Nicole, absolutely. So we've got the petal pink. I swear my desk, I could have the biggest desk in the world and it still wouldn't be big enough. So I have a little piece of vellum as well, which I'm going to cut the second largest banner. So this one here. And die cut that one, and then I just need my little leopard die, which I still haven't put this on a magnetic sheet yet. I've got to get to that. I think they all look good. Let's run this one through. Oh, Sharon looked at it yesterday. Nicole likes what she sees, yes. And Wendy's wish list has grown. I know. I think they've done a good job with this holiday catalogue. I'm not going to lie. We're going to emboss this piece of basic white. I'm using the Basics 3D embossing folders. That's the set of 3 in the online exclusives. I highly recommend this set if you don't already have it. This is the cross-hatch version. There's also, and I've only got the other one here. There's one like looks like a golf ball, and then there's one that's like little stars. So super cute little set. I'm going to need my plate 4 because it is a 3D embossing folder. Let's run this one through. And I can get rid of all these. Get rid of the machine. So look at this embossed. It is so pretty. I love this one. This is my all-time favorite. Grab my dies and move them to the side. All my little pieces. Let's bring the card in. And we can start popping it all together. So I have a piece of petal pink cardstock. This is going to be layered behind our embossed area. And I'm just going to add some liquid glue to that. Like so. So just going to pop out on the 3 sides. And I'm going to pop this straight down onto my card base. Now this is basic white thick card base. Already cut and scored. So I'll pop this down. I don't know if you can hear my German Shepherd. She's just been out for a run and she's making some noises. Okay, so we have our card base done. Our little note stamped piece. I'm going to add, so we've got some Simply Elegant trim. This comes in gold and silver. I'm just going to do a little bow Actually, no. I'm going to do a fake bow, so we don't add too much bulk. So just laying it around and around, so we have a nice little cute bow. I'm going to use some turn tape to add that to the back of our leopard. So like that. Popping that over the top so it's nice and secure, but you can still see the bow on either side. Going to pop this one up with some dimensionals, and then we're going to add it to our little vellum banner. I think 3 should do. So the little vellum banner is a little hard to see, but it also creates just a really nice texture to the stamped image. I'm going to add more dimensionals to behind that vellum, just in the same spots that I've got my other dimensionals, and then we can pop that down to the petal pink piece. Actually, I do need to add my sentiment as well. So this one, a little bit longer than I need. Yep. So I'm just going to add a glue dot to the back here and stick it in behind the leopard. Like so. Perfect. Alright, let's pop up our banner piece, and we're also going to add dimensionals to our sentiment piece, and I'm actually going to stick 2 there. So I've popped one down, taken the backing off, adding another one down, and that'll give us the same layer as our petal pink piece. I'm going to stick this one down. Oh, hang on. Let's take the backings off this one, Tracy. While I'm here, let's add another one in the middle. There we go. Making sure my sentiment is straight. So cute. And then to finish this off, I'm going to grab, there's 3 little silver embellishments, and these are from the Festive Pearls embellishment pack. I love this one. It's has a green, a red, a gold, and a silver embellishment in them, and they're so beautiful. The metallic, the gold and silver have a real beautiful finish. Actually really shiny and bright. And the red and green, I think it's cherry cobbler and maybe soft succulent. I think that's the colours. But they have a more brushed colour to them, so they're not quite as vibrant and bright as the silver and gold. But yeah, there is one of the cards from my last card class here in Bendigo. Let me bring in the other 2 cards that we created. This one here is from the Berry Harvest stamp set. That's another background stamp, and I think I have it here. No, don't have it here. That's okay. It is a background stamp, so we stamped it in Memento, and then we used the ink pads to colour in with our water painters. So really great technique. Took a few minutes to do, but it looks so pretty, and it's a really great card. So there's the other one. And then the 3rd card, we used the technique of partial embossing. So as you can see, we didn't emboss the centre piece where our sentiment is. And this is the Cane Weave embossing folder. And the Quiet Meadows bundle. So yeah, super cute. Wendy says her crosshatch is her favourite. Yeah, I agree. Hi Carolyn, how are you? Yeah, so these were the 3 cards that we created in this month's card class in Bendigo. So there are going to be 3 new cards for August's card class. Head over to my blog if you're interested in having a look. If you want to register, it's all over there on my blog, and I would love to see you there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me with today's impromptu live. This was my card for last week's Tracy's Sunday Challenge, which the theme was background stamps. So we got to create that one as well. And yeah, I meant to do this on Thursday. I just couldn't get to it. So I thought I'll come on today and do it for you so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you're up to. And I hope to see you here next Thursday. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.